Being a priest is a wonderful experience for many reasons. One is the brotherhood that we share along the way. The other day, some of my brother priests here at the Father Peyton Center were kidding me about some of my stories. They come from talking to people at places like the gas station or coffee shop or the grocery store. And sometimes these stories remind me of different readings that we hear at the Mass. But, with the restrictions, everyone, including myself, basically goes about their business as quickly as possible when we go into places like the grocery store. And then we retreat to the safety of our cars. In today's gospel, the Pharisees have also chosen to make a retreat, this time to a strict interpretation of the Mosaic law. In their hasty judgment of the disciples of Jesus, they condemn them for violating the Sabbath's code of conduct. But very quickly, Jesus steps in with a strong message, not just for those present, but also for us. Jesus is in tune with the disciples' needs. He understands their weariness and their hunger from their travels are what led to them picking those grains of wheat as they followed him. And this is what prompts Jesus to remind the Pharisees of when David and his companions' hunger also led them to need to eat. In their case, they ate the bread of offering, which was reserved only for the priest. Jesus is making the point that he will not neglect his disciples' physical needs on our journey. The Pharisees, for whatever reason, seem to have lost touch with the plight of their fellow human beings. And this causes them, in their exuberance for justice, to leave out what Jesus also teaches, and that is charity for one another. Jesus knows when we need to be reprimanded, to be set straight, but he always does it in love. Like a wise parent, grandparent, even older brother, sister, aunt, or uncle, each of us are called to size up situations in our homes, especially with younger family members, but not exclusive to the young. If we are truly following Jesus, then we too can try and learn to avoid snap judgments. And instead, as St. Paul says, be patient. Be patient enough to take in the whole situation, trying to understand the why and not just the what is going on with a family member or a friend. As I say these words, believe me, I know this isn't always easy. We all know on some days we're tempted to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner right there on the spot. But this is where we need to turn to Jesus. We need to turn to Jesus for guidance and for grace. Of course, Jesus wants us to follow the 10 Commandments, but he also wants us to temper our somewhat hasty reactions for when people fall short. By talking it out first, before condemning one another, we can better understand and help someone in need. Hopefully, you've experienced someone showing the care of Jesus when you've been weary or hungry, whether it was physically, emotionally, or spiritually. My brothers and sisters, as we hope, work, and pray to get back to the lives we want, Jesus' message of keeping the Sabbath holy and caring for one another will help us all, both to continue the journey with Jesus and to bring along others. Who knows, maybe even a few people that we meet at places like gas stations and coffee shops. May God bless you and your families on this holy day, and may we be patient with one another in love, following the example of Jesus.